Greetings, Tide Point members. I'm happy to announce our move into Phase 2 of our three-phase plan of the reopening of Tide Point. We will be moving into Phase 2 Monday, June 29th, 2020. Some of the things that will be changing for the better here at Tide Point, we will discuss. You all will have received this flyer Wednesday night in your in-house mailboxes. We will resume the use of the in-house mailbox for cottage and veranda members, so you can pick that up here and in the villas in your normal in-house mailbox. Let's talk about Phase 2. Masks must be worn at all times by employees, by members, and by contractors or essential visitors. Frequent hand washing and sanitizer use continues to have great importance. Avoiding groups of people always reduces exposure. Leaving the community always increases exposure. Locally, restaurants, shops, delivery sources, etc. have closed or are providing limited services due to some very recent increases in positive tests among their staff. Currently, Tide Point and Broad Creek Care Center have not experienced positive cases. The Care Center restrictions continue unchanged. They will not be going into Phase 1 or 2, as their restrictions are dictated by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Let's talk about Phase 2. Dining services and culinary. Increased seating in the dining rooms will reduce the safety of socially distancing, but it also will allow some much needed socialization. Seating will be available for 2 and 4 members only. No guests as of yet. Reservations for dinner are required by 3 p.m. of the same day, and the dress code will be smart casual for lunch and dinner. Our free meal deliveries that you've had for the last 120 days will end on Monday, June 29th. However, to-goes or pickups will resume for lunch and dinner. Pickups for lunch will remain in the same location as the pickups were before, and to-goes for dinner will be delivered from 5:15 to 6 o'clock curbside at the clubhouse porte-cochere at the entrance to the clubhouse. Drivers will wear masks and remain in the car, and villa members may pick their bags up at the same location. We ask that you call the concierge before 3 o'clock for dinner pickups. They now will be able to include ice cream. Ice cream will also be available in the dining rooms. However, if members are in quarantine, which some of you have experienced due to exposure, we ask that you quarantine for 14 days. You will still be able to receive the free delivery. More dining selections will be available. For meals, substitutions will be allowed. There'll be more variation. Choices in soups, vegetables, salads will be available. However, our bar service will continue to be at the table, and there'll be no congregating in the bar or rotunda areas at this point. Several people have asked if we can eat together in the dining room, why can we not gather in the rotunda? And it's one more effort to attempt to reduce potential exposure. We've always got to keep that in mind as we safely emerge into phase 2. We are reinstating games which require the exchanging of cards, tiles, chips, etc. This, again, reduces the advantages of social distancing, but allows for some needed social interaction. So that will be available. We will sanitize all the items used cooperatively after the games are ended. We have ultraviolet boxes and also sanitization equipment to be able to do that. And we ask that you wear masks anytime you're in those areas and be conscious of avoiding touching common surfaces. Grocery shopping and deliveries and prescription deliveries will continue. Shopping trips will be determined later in the phase because we do plan to continue the grocery delivery and the prescription delivery. We will have a D's Guys concert on Sunday, July the 5th. Social distancing and outside event celebration will occur in the courtyard, of course subject to change in venue due to weather, and we will have a recorded broadcast on 1391 following the concert. The concert will begin on Sunday at 1 p.m. After lunch, you can stroll to the courtyard and enjoy These Guys, popular Hilton Head Island band. Our hair salon is open, but is subject to state requirements, and only 2 appointments are allowed at a time. The staff and members will be required to wear personal protective equipment. Phase 2, Member Services. Security continues to screen and take temperatures of returning members and essential visitors. We ask that members and their passengers wear masks during the screening process upon the return to the community. No social visits are allowed in phase 2. If we can successfully make it for 3 weeks in phase 2 and phase 3, we will be beginning to allow social visits. Contractors will be allowed for work that's required with approvals after applying with the maintenance department. The fitness center is open following required orientation on sanitization and equipment usage and scheduled appointments for workouts. We've had a great number of that occurring in phase 1, and it has been working successfully. The pools will be opening with state guidelines and restrictions and limited numbers allowed at one time. For example, 4 at a time in the outdoor pool and 2 in the lap swimming pool. Call for reservations with the fitness team. Our fitness classes online are on channel 1391 will continue. Group fitness classes, including Aquasize, do not resume until phase 3. Our wellness department is accepting visits by appointment. that has been happening in phase 1 and has been successful. They are required to wear face shields and PPE and follow the protocol. Outpatient therapy at the Broad Creek Care Center is open to members by appointment and through the separate entrance and elevator at outpatient therapy. And again, members living in the cottages and verandas may now check their in-house mailboxes for communications and updates as we go forward. Now, all components of phase 2, finally, are subject to change should conditions change in our area or definitely at our community. We still have serious concerns regarding non-compliant members leaving the community for social events, dining, and having disregard for the need for masks and social distancing. Our population is the most susceptible to the dangers of the coronavirus. Should any positive test result from employees, contractors, or members, phase 2 ends and Tide Point goes back to phase 1 or 0, depending on the exposure that may occur. We are now in phase 2 going to walk a fine line between increasing exposure and also increasing socialization. So we ask that you all be careful, safe, and that we all stay healthy. Peace.